Stuck. Written by Adrian Rivera. Narrated by Russell Archie. Chapter 1. The Awakening. When you're asleep, someone is woke. The smell of marijuana is in the air. Dispensaries are selling the last of their stock. The Dow drops. There's a murky fog that goes over America. That's when it all begins. Millions upon millions are bowed down to their phones on social media to see what's going on as the President of the United States begins his speech to America. The sound of scrambling feet begins to pound down the stairs like a herd of sheep. Chris, Billy, and Aaron race to the television to see what's being said on the news. "Hurry, turn to the news, now!" Suraj yells out, rushing to the TV. The President begins his speech. Dear America, this is now the time to speak the whole truth, frankly and boldly. I'm sad to say, we have a national crisis. The whole room gasps with worry. Disastrous sprayed seeds have been shared all across our nation. We received a 46-page report about what these seeds are and what they are doing to our fellow Americans. There's a chemical, zombiacol, that has been discovered inside seeds. In conclusion, we will have a government shutdown. All drugstores will be closed. Doors slamming shut and locking. Denver, Chicago, Atlanta has had major effects. Gulps. All of Wyoming, California, Nevada, Texas, New Jersey, New York, and Florida, with symptoms including but not limited to abnormal brain sensory, such as hallucination and illusions, foaming of the mouth, eye discoloration. Screams and cries. President continues. We have to handle these subjects with caution. Some would call it a zombie effect. We are doing our best to fix these problems and issues that have transpired. If you have any form of illegal drugs, I ask you to discontinue use immediately. You all must stay inside. We will have authorities patrolling the affected areas. We will do our best to watch over our communities. If you see something, say something. All flights coming or leaving from America will be shut down until further notice. America, we are praying over you. Good night, and God bless America. Aaron turns off the TV. Why did you turn that off? Chris asks. I was watching that. Aaron blurts out. Dude, it's just another sad thing that's going on in the world, and I don't have the time for it. I mean, social media is already killing us. Now weed? Seriously, what's next? The government? Seen by Chris that Billy is still smoking. Billy, put that shit out now. I believe this is serious. Billy puts out his joint. He said national emergency, said Chris. Suraj nervously sits rocking back and forth, trying to figure out what she just watched. We're all the way out in the woods, dude. We have a couple of neighbors, but we're at least 2 hours from the city. They're in a far worse position than we are. Billy confirms. Chris cuts him off. That's the thing. People are going to flee the cities, dude, and run where? Duh. They have to flee somewhere, bro. They could be heading our way as we speak. Billy, where did your weed come from, man? I got it from Scotty. You know he's the plug. I got an 1/8 for 20, dude, and it's fire, Billy said. Chris glares at him. Throw it all away, now. Aw, man. Man, that could be your last. You heard the president, Aaron said. Aaron still clenching onto the remote. Suraj pleads. Can you turn the TV back on, please? I want to hear what else the news is saying. Aaron hesitates, but turns the TV on. Okay, no worries, I understand. Let's see what they're going to say next to stress us out. Siraj rolls her eyes. There's no damn cable signal. Aaron. Siraj starts to get annoyed. Our cable sucks. Stream it. Chris. Chris turns and looks on his cell phone. The internet sucks too. Chris looks at Billy. He then turns on his hotspot. Bingo, we're on air. Chris. Government shutdown. President. TV goes blank. No signal. Here we go. Aaron. The zombie apocalypse is here, bro, and they are saying it's us. Aaron speaks up. Siraj gasps. Well, it's true. Chris looks at Billy with doubtful eyes. Be honest, Billy, where did you get the weed from? Scotty, from down the street. It's cool, guys. Billy. Aaron, on looking. I get mine from him all the time. He grows and sells to the dispensaries himself. He came from that game, so it's all good. Billy. Siraj, seeming frightened. Chris looks at her. It's going to be okay. I got you. I won't ever let anything happen to you on my clock. Siraj's intuition kicks in and pauses in deep thought. Siraj turns to Chris and looks him in his eyes and says, Thank you, but I'm freaked out. I think they, the government, they are trying to kill us. Chapter 2. Who's There? The sun begins to set. A sudden rumbling sound is heard on the side of the house. In curiosity, Chris hurries to see what's going on. Chris, please don't go out there. Please. Siraj. She looks with fear in her eyes. Chris opens the kitchen drawer, reaching for a knife. Okay, Aaron, take this knife, he announces. And Siraj, grab the bat from the living room. Where at? Siraj. Under the couch. Now, Billy, come with me to the basement. I have my shotgun and a fully loaded Glock 45 down there. Billy downs a bottle of water. Chris gives him a blank stare. What, dude? I'm thirsty. Billy. Really? Let's go. Chris rushes and feels skeptical. Come on. They rush downstairs to the basement. The lights begin to flicker. Hurry up, we don't have time to waste. Chris. He loads his shotgun, then opens a box and tosses Billy the 45. Billy looks delusional, raising a question. Is this what hell is? I don't know, but one thing I'm not doing is backing down. We go out with a fight, you hear me, till our last breath. Chris. Do you know how to work this thing? Always look first. Look, pull, and squeeze. Chris. The lights flicker again. Chris looks at Billy. Till the last breath. Billy nods and they begin to head out. All the power turns off. Siraj moves close to Aaron in sorrow and whispers, Are we going to die? Chris and Billy feel their way through the basement and finally reach the stairs. Keeping silent, they finally make it to the kitchen. Chris begins pointing his shotgun at the silhouettes walking around outside the windows, everyone being as quiet as they can be. Chris begins to sweat as Siraj watches him, thinking to herself, Is he afraid? It's surely a side she's never seen before. He's usually quiet, questioning how did he become so outspoken. A big bang hits the front door. Billy's wide-eyed now. I know I'm close, but no way, nope. I don't care how close to the door I am. As he downs another water, thinking to himself, why is he so cotton-mouthed and scared out of his mind? I'm not getting that door. Knock, knock, knock. A voice is heard. Boom, boom. Is anybody there? It's me, Scotty. Open up, it's bad out here. Hello? Please let me in. Everyone's gazing around at each other. Siraj nudges Billy to open the door. It looks like a Hispanic guy at the door. Billy. Scotty is pleading for his life. Listen, it's really bad out here, and I don't think I can make it alone. It's Scotty. Chris. Chris pushes through the door. Let's help him, guys. We need more people power anyway, and he sounds fine to me. Chris slowly starts to unlock the door, and he looks in the peephole once more. This time, seeing a European patrolman creeping behind Scotty with this eerie look on his face. Chris opens the door as Scotty rushes in. Chris takes a swing with his shotgun and knocks the patrolman face down in the stairs, knocking him out cold. Chris takes a flashlight to his eyes. They're flushed red, the side of his mouth full of foam with what looks like a bullet wound in his jacket. Chris pauses. He thinks to himself, how is this guy living? What was that? Chapter 3. What was that? What was that, Scotty? Chris. I don't know. This is all new to me, dude. I get a text while I'm out selling my last pounds. The heaviest rush I ever had, and people are telling me to be careful. So I'm thinking a fool going to try to pull a jack move on me or something. Then I head out to my last customer and I see a man devouring something. Siraj looks at Scotty. What was he eating? Scotty shrugs. I don't know, but what I do know is that it didn't look right. And when it looked at me, I just kept going and started running, and I didn't stop until I got here. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Siraj smirks. So, what's going on? Scotty. The president called a national emergency about weed. Weed! Aaron. What do you mean? And who are you? Looking him up and down as Scotty bluffs. My name's Aaron, but never mind that. I mean what I said. Aaron. Billy asks. So, where did you get the weed? Everyone looks at Scotty. My boy grows it. No, everyone yells. I thought you said you grew it yourself, you lying piece of shit. God, I hope I'm not poisoned. Billy. Everyone chill. You know I got that A grade. I only get the finest. I wouldn't give you some polluted shit. Glass shatters. A blast of a window breaking in the basement. Chris locks the door leading to the basement. Everyone hurries to barricade it. They'll stay down there, Chris implies. Scotty grabs his pocket knife, then directs Billy. Let me have your gun. Chris intervenes. Hell no, we don't trust you fully. Billy downs another water. Siraj pays attention to Billy's obsessive thirst. I have to use it. Billy. It? Siraj. The toilet. Billy. Okay, but get back in 10 minutes, dude. Chris. If I take that long, that means I pissed a bloody river for being so damn scared out of my mind. Billy. Get back here. Siraj. We will be here waiting on you, Aaron whispers. Billy goes upstairs, missing the last step. He stumbles to the toilet. He begins to urinate, catching a glimpse of his piss. It's turning from high yellow to an oozing red. He feels as if he is in a twilight zone. Slow motion, racing heart. He rushes to wash his face as the room begins to spin. He collapses to his feet. His pupils begin to dilate. As he groans, 20 minutes pass. Chris and Aaron in deep conversation. "What's taking him so long?" Siraj interrupts. "Aaron, go check on him." Aaron then looks at Chris with a shotgun in his hand. "Dude, that's your friend. You go check on him." We should have just went at the 10-minute mark as we said." Chris. Aaron shrugs. He's a big boy. Siraj briefly remembers seeing him down at least 2 waters. "Seriously? Didn't mean to interrupt your bromance." Siraj. "I'll go see if he's okay." Scotty. "Yo, everyone chill. He should be Chris. A hard clash is heard from the upstairs bathroom. "Kay?" Chris gulps. "Aaron, protect Siraj. I'll go check on Billy." Chris. He could only assume the worst. "Scotty, keep your eyes peeled. Stay on guard." Chris. Everyone listened to his orders. He had the most guts. What they thought was guts is nothing more than adrenaline kicking in. "Okay, if I'm not downstairs in 5 minutes, Scotty, come get me. Billy should be just fine." "Chris, be careful and bring him back safe." Siraj. "I promise." Chris. Chapter 4. Broken Promises. There's a commotion heard in the basement, the sound of something coming up the stairs. "Siraj and Aaron, get in here, now!" Scotty riots. The basement doorknob begins to twist and jerk. Aaron grabs a chair and puts it underneath the knob of the door. "Scotty, what are you doing? Don't just stand there, do something." Siraj. Not feeling protected by either of the two. Siraj solely thinks about being protected by Chris, so she takes off and makes her way upstairs, thinking that Chris will protect her, not knowing she's in for something that she never thought she'd ever experience. Meanwhile, Chris is led by a bloody trail to a dimmed room. Not knowing what he's in for, he loads the ammo into the chamber. Click-clack. Chris sees a shadow in his peripheral. He whispers to himself for assurance. "Look, then pull." "No. Bill? No!" Discovering that Billy turned, he turns his gun on him. Siraj reaches the room, seeing Chris standing over Billy with his shotgun pointed right at his face. Billy pleads for his life, grabbing Chris's leg, digging his nails deep into Chris's skin. "I'm okay. I haven't turned. I'm not one of them." The last words Billy spoke as he began to turn all the way. Chris's eyes water. "Chris, give him a chance. Wait." Boom. A shot thunders the whole house. Siraj covers her mouth in awe of what she witnessed. She falls to the floor, screaming and crying. "How could you? You promised me!" A sudden mist of coldness enters the room. Vibrations and rings could still be heard. Chris looks back with tears in his eyes, not knowing he would have to take out his best friend. Just that fast, he broke his promise to Siraj. Chapter 5. Kill or be killed. Stillness takes a hold of Siraj as she closes her eyes and just shakes her head to Chris. "What the fuck?" Siraj. "I had to, or I was risking my life, your life, everyone else's. He turned on me. He turned into one of those things. He looked like a zombie, Siraj. You saw that." Sniffles. "Get up. We can't just stay here and cry. Yes, it's eating me up inside, but he asked me to, Siraj. I made a promise to him. He was my best friend." "What's happening, Chris? Is this Armageddon? Why is this happening?" Siraj. "We will make it out. We have to go, now." Chris. Grab Billy's handgun. Come on. Chris feels the spirit of regret come over him. He's so confused. The blood of Billy soaks into his shirt. He looks back once more. Till the last breath. Rest easy now, brother. You're free. Siraj, feeling protected but scared. Chris murdered his only best friend, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Things can change in a blink of an eye. I think Scotty could turn into a zombie. We need to call the cops, Siraj says. Chris grabs her shoulders and shakes her back to reality. No one is coming to rescue us. We will go see if Scotty has turned. Aaron may be in danger also. Siraj and Chris race downstairs, with Siraj bawling her eyes out. Chapter 6. House of Lies. Yo, what happened? Where's Billy? Aaron asks, glancing down to see the blood soaking on Chris's shirt. We had to take him out. Chris. Whoa, is that the shot we heard? Scotty. Chris sighs. Yeah, we were scared out of our minds, bro. Shit, what did I do? Chris. Siraj has enough guts to push Scotty with all of her might. As Scotty hits the wall, pictures fall and break. What the hell, Siraj? Scotty. Billy is dead and it's all your fault. Siraj. What did I do? He shot him, not me. He turned. Chris. That so-called A-grade weed he bought from you, you idiot? Siraj. Like I knew. Scotty. Aaron looks up and says, Valid point, he didn't know. Chris intervenes, holding Siraj back. Wait, listen, Scotty. Just tell me the truth, bro. Did you smoke that weed Billy had? I'm a smoker, fam, but I'm not a smoker. Real D-boys don't get high off their own supply. No way in hell. Scotty. This is hell. Siraj. Nah, I got my old stash, still smoking it from 3 months ago. Look, I have some on me. Pulling out a bag of weed from his back pocket. Look, you can see for yourself. Aaron snatches the bag to get a better look. Yeah, this is old. Then he tosses the bag to Siraj. She takes a better look for herself, still skeptical. I believe him, as Aaron tries to justify for Scotty. I mean, he would have turned by now, right? Siraj looked at Chris to ensure it was okay, but deep down inside, something was off. Chris isn't even in the right state of mind. He's still shocked from the thought that he killed his own friend. As the chair sits under the doorknob, rumbles can still be heard in the basement. The door is old. They need to think and move quickly. Scotty looks and insists. We gotta go. I say we stay. Aaron. Me too. Siraj. Why go out there? There's nothing out there but a trap. Aaron. We have to think strategically if we're going to survive this, Aaron says, walking up the stairs. The others follow. You can smell the gas from Billy's rotting body. They all see Billy with his head blown off. Aaron kicks the door open. Scotty pukes from the smell. Siraj cries, and Chris holds her. Man, why would you shoot him in the head, though? Aaron. He asked me. As Chris puts his head down, holding Siraj tighter. He was turning into a zombie, bro. What other choice did I have? Look at my leg. Chris lifts his pant leg. Look at this. Chris reveals Billy's scratch marks deeply imprinted into his skin. Aaron's guilt starts to set in as he looks at everybody. Guys, I have to tell you all something. He pauses, takes a deep breath. I knew this was coming, but I didn't think it would reach us here this soon. What the hell are you talking about, Aaron? Scotty replies. Listen, I work with the government in the alien department. We've been deceived, and me saying this to you all, they could kill all of us if they found out. I sold out just to make some fake-ass currency in medical care. It's all fake and made up. Chris looks at Aaron. Man, what the hell are you talking about? Who are they? Just know I work with the government. We all have been deceived. Chapter 7. New World Order. Police sirens heard from afar and closing in. Aaron continues his confession. Listen, we don't have much time left. You all may not be ready for what I'm going to say, but I have more. Aaron. Chris sighs as he is clearly pissed off. Are you trying to get us killed? No, but you have to know this, 'cause either way, we're doomed. It's a governmental project, and we are the project. It's clearly gone unnoticed. They preyed on us. Each and every day, we became blind and numb to it. System breach, my ass. Listen deeply into their words. Flashbacks of the president's speech. America, we are praying over you. Aaron proceeds. I'm so tired of prayers from these false people. You know they make us believe every fucking thing. Pray and pray seems like the same meaning. It's an ordinance. Aaron looks around at every one of them. New World Order. Aaron. Is this the way they're going to take us out? Siraj off in a deep stare. Cult shit. You can't see the greed? Every time we have something good, they take it right away or poison it, just as fast as we received it. Scotty blurts. Yeah, it's their way to control us and keep us sick, and to destroy more of us. When were you going to tell us, Aaron? You're just like them. I mean, you knew this was happening and held it in the whole time. And now Billy's dead. Chris. Chris starts to get rallied up after reminiscing. Chris yells. Coward, you still let him smoke the weed. Chris takes a swing at Aaron, punching him in the jaw. Aaron loses his balance on Billy's cold pile of blood, only having his right arm to break his fall. Siraj screams. No, Chris. Aaron is coming clean. He's on our side. He didn't have to say anything. Yeah, but he did, and guess what? Now we're all going to die. Scotty keeps to himself, as he isn't feeling like himself. Sirens get closer. Listen, we have to leave now. This is a murder scene, and once they find Billy, they will have us all. Prison isn't a place for any of us. As Aaron looks at Scotty. Yo, Scott, you all right? Scotty gets a deep thirst as he hunches over, holding his head. Yeah, I'll stay here, guys. You all go and be safe out there. I'll take this one for the books. What do you mean, Scotty? Siraj. Aaron looks at Scotty knowingly. He pulls Siraj away. Siraj breaks away and races to the back door, grabbing the flashlight, and says, I'll be fine. I'll stay here with you. They can't kill you alone. We can all make a plan. Siraj insists. Scotty looks at them and says, I'm already dead. I smoked that weed. Please don't kill me like Billy. I just want to go in peace. Leave, now. Siraj, come on, we gotta go. Chris. Tires come to a screeching halt. There are flashing red, white, and blue lights outside the window. "They're here," whispers Scotty. Scotty stays behind. Aaron looks at him. "I'm sorry." Aaron. "Yeah, me too. Guess we all have to go someday, right?" Scotty is teary-eyed with his heart beating hard, not knowing what's going to happen next. Chris and Siraj shake their heads. "We have to go, now." Chris. They run out the back into the dark winter forest, Scotty preparing for the worst, pacing back and forth as he sees shadows bearing flashlights and guns drawn. The two police officers approach the front stairs with caution. One flashes her light on the slain security guard from earlier, lying dead on the stairs. "Prepare for the worst, officer." Male officer. "I was made for this." Female officer. "I'll stay in front. Go around back." Female officer. The female officer yells, "Police, come out with your hands up." Silence. "Police, come out with your hands up." "We're coming in." Female officer. The male police officer turns the corner and sees someone has broken into the downstairs basement. He calls it in and proceeds into the basement. His flashlight is on and his gun is drawn. "Police, come out with your hands up or I'll shoot." Male officer. Dead silence. The female officer proceeds in the pitch-black house, listening for sounds of movement. Suddenly, moaning. "Who's there?" She looks back and forth, trying to find motion. She approaches the kitchen and sees a zombie. "What the?" The female police officer yells. She lets out 2 bullets, but misses. Bullets ricochet. The zombie reaches from behind with full force, throwing her like a rag doll. She's screaming at the top of her lungs. The male police officer runs up the stairs as he hears the bullets echo throughout the basement. "Help! Help me!" Her cry soon becomes a soft whisper. "I'm coming!" Male officer. The male officer rushes towards the basement door. He struggles to try and push his way through the door because the chair is still pried underneath. He shoots the hinges off. Finally, the door is free. Upon the door breaking free, he bumps right into Scotty. "Police!" It's too late. He drops his weapon. They tussle for the gun. Boom. Chapter 8. Darkness. Howling winds. A full moon shows its glow through the lifeless winter trees. Ice-cold water trickles down the river. "Come, this way. Follow the river. It will take us to the nearest highway bridge. We can try to hitch a ride from there," says Aaron with certainty. Siraj starts to break down. "I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I just want everything back to normal. I'm fucking exhausted and hungry." Bawling her eyes out. "Billy's dead, and Scotty is gone too." They begin to hear moans and loud crunches from the dried leaves on the ground getting stomped on as something comes near. "Siraj, get your ass up, now," Chris murmurs. She looks at Chris and jumps up, pointing the handgun. "What do you want?" Siraj. "Shh, Siraj, be quiet." Aaron slowly creeps over. "Come on, Siraj. I know it's even harder to trust me, but we are all we have now. Let's keep going. Put the gun down." Aaron. They begin to jog, following the river stream, with only the moonlight to guide them. Aaron starts talking again, releasing classified information, panting. "If I'm going to go out, at least I'll be all the way honest. I'm sorry, but I didn't think it would come to this." Pause. "So?" Chris. They pause from jogging. Aaron takes a deep breath. They wanted to take Chicago out first. They want to start in cities with a majority of minorities, because if they know who they truly are, the power minorities hold, that alone could start the Holy War. They want to keep us asleep, keep us stoned as their little sheeple, worshipping their TVs, phones, gossip, media, video games. It's all a distraction. We began a curfew. We wanted control. Chris replies, "What do you mean by we and they? Who the fuck are they, Aaron?" Aaron catches his breath. They, meaning the aliens, we, the government. Have you not been listening this whole time? Wake up. It was an agenda to revolutionize the world, but it didn't work. It backfired, and now it's spiraling out of control. This could be the end of mankind, the beginning of Armageddon. The government has power, but as long as the people keep turning, the government may lose it. Aaron continues. Who gave man the authority to kill anyone? We live in the times where it's okay to lie as long as you can cover it up with another lie. How is killing anyone okay, yet we make it seem to be a cool thing? Listen, we will have to ditch our phones soon. We will destroy and toss them in the river once we find our way and hitch a ride. Aaron. Fog sets in. The wolves are howling. Leaves crackle. Shh, don't say a word. Chris slowly brings out his shotgun. Whoa, what's that? It's walking closer. They all look. Siraj draws her gun. Aaron raises his pant leg, reaching for a hidden gun strapped to his ankle. Chris looks at him. Where did you get that from? Aaron replies, I told you, dude, I work for the government. Work or worked? Chris raises an eyebrow. Worked. I used to work for them, but as of this cold day, I'm officially retired. Siraj, looking in fright. Shh, what's that? Siraj. They see a dozen zombies hauling towards them like a pack of wolves. What the fuck? Chris. Wait, don't shoot. Aaron. Shots ring out. Aaron is a second too late. Chris doesn't hesitate and starts blasting right away. Siraj watches, reloading until Chris takes all 12 of the zombies out, using half of their ammo. Chris shouts, You fool, there could be a vaccine! They're working on one and you're slaughtering people! You're the fucking fool, this is all your fault! Billy is dead! Chris. Siraj holds Chris back. No, Chris, this isn't the way to go. So his way is, huh? All of this chaos, this is because of him. Me? Aaron. You, and your corrupt, evil-ass government, it's all your fault. I can't believe I had to shoot my friend for this shit. I want out, now. I can't fucking take this shit. This world is sick. Nobody's real. You can't trust anybody but yourself. Pointing the gun at his head. Chris, calm down. You're scaring me. Siraj. I murdered not only a human being, my best friend. Chris looks to the sky. God forgive me. I love you, Siraj. Boom. No! Echoes. Chapter 9. Trust no one. No. Oh no, Chris, no! I need you, Chris, why? Broken-hearted, she drops to the floor, closing her eyes, rocks back and forth near Chris's dead body. Aaron drops his head down. Feelings of his own, his plans are sinking in, knowing how much Siraj loved Chris. Aaron holds his face and drops his head, taking a deep breath. Aaron says, I'm sorry. I didn't know this would happen. I had a way out for us. He couldn't wait. The wrong words that triggered Siraj. Siraj looks at Aaron. He couldn't wait, huh? You are sick. You're evil. Siraj gets up and begins running in the opposite direction, getting away from Aaron in the dark woods. Get back here, Siraj. It's not safe out there. We have to get to the highway. Aaron tries to catch up to her, but it's too late. He loses sight. It's too dark. Sound of leaves and harsh winds. Siraj heads back to the direction of the house, hours away. Flashback visions of what Aaron said to them earlier. The government tracks us using cell towers. Why throw it away now when I barely can see anything? She mutters to herself. She rests a bit, looking at her phone, going through photos of her and Chris. Realizing that there's only 6% left on the battery, she needs to reserve it for the flashlight. She powers it off for now. Sniffles. Aaron goes back to Chris's body to get the ammo and his shotgun. Grabbing the flashlight, Aaron begins his mission. Chapter 10. Where are you? You can't trust anybody but yourself. Chris's voice can be heard ringing through Siraj's head. This gives her a deep reminder of how cold-hearted people can be. He was the only man in the world she felt safe around. She always felt like he was someone she could spend the rest of her life with. The man she thought would protect her was gone, just like that. Siraj has never cried this much in her life. These feelings started turning her heart cold. She asks herself, where do I go from here? The cold wind picks up, piercing her ears. Out of nowhere, something grabs Siraj by one foot and begins dragging her. Siraj screams. Ah, no, let me go! Attempting to reach for her gun, it drops. As she's being dragged, a large rock clunks the back of her head, knocking her out. The hooded being picks up the gun and puts Siraj over their shoulders, taking her up the mountains into a dark cave. Meanwhile, Aaron is on the move, being as quiet as he can be. His intuition kicks in. He's being watched. He turns his flashlight off. Owls hooting. He heard a voice. Heavy breathing. Fuck, am I hallucinating? Siraj, is that you? A voice murmurs, proceeds to get closer. Sounds of moans creep up on Aaron. His military training kicks in. He gets down, laying flat on his stomach, and looks around. Something blindsides him. Crack. Hitting Aaron from the side of his body, knocking his shotgun and flashlight out of his hands with a force he's never felt before, obtaining serious cuts on his face, knees, and arms. Ugh! A zombie with a dull look on his face opens his mouth, growling at Aaron, with a mouthful of foam oozing down. Aaron losing his shotgun, he reached for his handgun by his ankle. He took one shot to the zombie's head. Bang! The rush dies down. He has punctured his ankle from impact. To stop the bleeding, he rips the sleeve of his shirt and wraps it tight. Throughout that time, Siraj is still knocked out. Deja vu. She sees an image of someone that is roasting marshmallows, having a campfire. She steps closer. Chris is sitting and roasting marshmallows. Billy can be seen in the distant woods playing with a soccer ball. However, his back is turned away. Chris begins speaking to her in her dreams. Siraj, it's okay. I'm in a special place now. So is Billy. Don't mind him. He's still upset I killed him. Echo. I want you to do me a favor. Echo. Siraj. Echo. Stay where you are, Siraj. You're protected now. Echo fades. No, come back. Chris, please don't go. I need you. Strong winds blow. Chris begins to fade away with the wind. Cries. You're protected now. I'll always be with you. Voice fades. An hour passes before she startles herself out of her deep sleep. Still in a daze, she calls for someone to help her. Hello? Anyone here? Help! As she struggles to get up, she walks about the cave. The cave is mysterious, having paintings resembling the Spanish Altamira caves. As she takes an in-depth look of the paintings, she hones her eyes closer into the Paleolithic painting. She is suddenly startled by thumps. Clunk, clunk. It's the sound of firewood being laid. A light sparks in the background. Huh? Where am I? She says to herself. You are safe here, a native woman says. Dumbfounded, Siraj begins looking over her shoulder to see who she's speaking with. Who are you? Where am I? In a safe place. Believe. Echo. My son Chaveo, he doesn't know his own strength. You were lucky he spotted a pack of zombies. They were north of you, heading in your direction. Be happy. That could have been a very bad situation for you. Come, let's greet the people. They continue further in the cave. Siraj can't believe her eyes. A whole community of people, like a second world. A thick, tall native man looks in her direction. She continues. We had to get you on higher grounds. The government and aliens monitor all and many, especially through data. We have to toss out all man-made products. Burn them here. Points to the fire. Siraj reaches to pass her phone to the wise lady, but the wise lady replies, No, you throw the phone in the fire yourself. She throws it. Fires ablaze and sounds crackle. There's a place in Colorado, Nevada, and Northern California that has bunkers, hidden underground. They heard the head officials are in the sky. They were on their spaceships in the skies for years, but you would know them to be UFOs. Native elders begin to speak to the community. The man believes in whatever he sees or hears nowadays. The wise lady begins to chuckle. They left us here to die. They wanted us to kill our own people, just like they did the natives. The rapture? Siraj replies. So that's what they meant? The lady replies. Yes, pay attention. This is all because of the curse of man. We did this to ourselves. Man is greedy and hard-headed. Many do not listen nowadays, but honestly, it's been this way for a long time. So this is how we pay. Siraj. This is no act of God. This is an act of greed, sin. Only taught us how to have two sides. We can finally see it before our very eyes, but it's become almost too much to rectify. Man is finally showing who the devil is. We still have each other, Siraj hopes. Gather next to our brothers and sisters. Wise lady. As a tear falls down Siraj's face, the lady looks at Siraj, feeling her spirit. Never get lost in times of despair. Stay strong. We need you. They say I have the strength of 3 lionesses. I want to give you my energy, Siraj. She places her hand on Siraj's heart. Siraj is startled by a mild shock to her chest. Rapid heartbeats, an energy she's never felt before. Never give this energy away to anyone. You will be tempted. Chapter 11. Members Only. On top of the highest part of the cave rock, voices ring out. Gather around. Background noise. Shh. Siraj and the wise woman listen in. Our people must get to the boats. Gasps. We must find the way out and give them back what they believe to own. We've been misled, but today we must make a choice, because we need food and clean water. We cannot hide forever. We must come out of this darkness and see the light. To hide forever is selfish. There's many that need our help, like the young lady Chaveo has saved today. Chaveo raises his head high and looks into the man's eyes. The native lady points. That's my son. Whispering as she smiles. Protecting each other was a pact the people in the cave made to each other. This is not the end, but only the beginning, for we stand or we fall like the rest of the world that hasn't prepared themselves for times like this. We can't trust every man. Trust love, for that is the biggest shield we can unveil, and if we must bear arms, we shall only do so as a last resort to protect our children's children. We must take action. Someone in the crowd shouts. Yes, but we will do it wisely, without fear. There is nothing to fear. We are warriors. We seek peace. We shall put our religious beliefs aside and focus on protecting each other. They want power, greed, control. They won't have it without a fight. If we go out in a fight. But if we stay in love, side by side. So, who's with me? Crowd cheers. Siraj has never seen people come together with such a strong bond. There was a glow through the entire cave. Standing strong, the man speaks to the paintings on the mountain and says, We call unto our ancestors for protection of wisdom, love, and strength, for the world to feel a force that's never been felt before. We are not prisoners anymore. We have prepared. We've created herbal vaccines to draw out any contaminants to the blood. Our seeds can only last for so long. We need to get to the vaults. The only way out of here is by sea until we find new land, but we must separate in packs to keep us safe. By this time, the land is contaminated and full of disease, greed, and drugs of what they call medicine. The true medicine has been taken away to the Arctics and locked in vaults. The world's most important room in the world, and they need to get there. But it's surrounded by heavy machinery and war soldiers. Many do not see. They have slave mentalities, always ready to work hard for someone they don't even know. They hate their families. Your blood is what you have to keep going forward. It's not their fault they were suppressed. They didn't know they were being brainwashed. This type of mindset ruined the world. Now is the time for the world to see everything, or all will be lost. Let's move out. Everyone starts moving to their stations. The wise lady asks Siraj, Are you okay to walk? Siraj replies, Yes, I'm okay now. Okay, let's move. Follow me and grab these things. Pointing to everything Siraj will need on her journey. Without a question asked, Siraj begins grabbing everything she needs. The wise lady says, The fire keeps the zombies away, so grab this long piece of wood and that shield over there. You can keep the gun only if the others bear arms, but you will soon see another way. Do your best not to hurt the zombies, but if your life is on the line, you must fight. But you will not fight alone. Our people will always keep at least one warrior with you, even if you ever leave us. We will always be there. It's in our native blood. The last thing she told Siraj to grab was a bottle of herbal tinctures. This is the medication we have to give to the zombies, and if you get bitten, hurry and take it fast. 2 drops under the tongue, You must remember, we're still human beings. You will hear them moan because they are stuck inside their own minds. My family, they need help, Siraj blurts out. The wise lady replies, Only if they're in the same direction we are going. We cannot look back. If we were to look back, the prophecy would begin. Siraj puts the tinctures in her pocket, beginning to head out. She turns back and looks confused. Are you not coming? Siraj asks the wise lady. She replies, The healers stay behind and make vaccines for the wounded. We are stationed here to help. When you go out there, just know there's a war going on. We can win merely if we make wise decisions by using our powers within. Now, you go on. Siraj says, Wait, what is your name? The lady looks to her and says, Everyone calls me Mother Makawi, but you can call me Maka. Siraj smiles and hugs Mother Makawi. Maka, thank you. Holding Siraj tight, she says, We need strong women like you, someone that can lead. You have it in you, Siraj. Just believe and fear not. Your friends will be with you always, but whatever happened out there, you will leave it there and keep on going. Remember, the worst place to look is back. Many of the cave people gather to the door to prepare for the apocalypse. Hell on earth is here, and we will put out the flames. Who's with me? Shouts the people. Siraj looks to the people. Well, I better get going. Forgetting one more thing to tell her, Siraj looks back, and nobody is there. Where did she go? Siraj is wondering to herself, where did she go? She stops a lady walking past. Where did Maka go? Who? The lady replies. The lady that was just right there, Mother Makawi. The lady looks at her and says, I'm sorry, but I don't know who that is. A very large crowd gathers closer to the opening of the cave, getting ready to leave on this journey. Siraj thinks to herself that she has to find Chaveo, Makawi's son, knowing he should know where his mom went. Siraj will be safe by his side, seeing how strong and solid he is. She searches through the crowd. Chaveo is already out of the cave. Finally, she reaches Chaveo's side. Feeling a shift in the room from Chaveo's energy, in the corner of her left eye she sees Maka waving way in the background. Relieved, she waves. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Siraj. Huh? Goodbye? Chaveo answers, confused. Siraj looks to Chaveo and says, No, your mom. You have such a great mother. Chaveo raises his eyebrows and says, How do you know my mother? She's over there. Chaveo looks about, then looks at her like she's lost her mind. Chaveo replies, My mother and my brother passed away. I lost my brother on our way getting here, but my mother passed many years ago. He burns his piece of wood to keep the light going throughout the cave. Siraj follows and burns her wood. Questioning herself as if she lost her mind, she feels chills up and down her spine. Chris's voice echoed, You are safe now. Chapter 12. Hell on Earth. Following the river stream, Aaron does his best not to make any noise while he heads to the highway. Along the way, Aaron bumps into more zombies. They're coming in masses. He swears he sees Scotty again. Gasps. He shoots his way through until he runs out of bullets. He drops the gun and hauls ass for the highway, limping until he finally sees lights. He meets a black SUV with tinted windows and the hazard lights on. "Finally," he says to himself. A man gets out, dressed in all black with a gun and walkie-talkie, and asks Aaron, "Where are they, and what happened to you?" Aaron looks at the man and says, "They're all dead except the girl. I'm okay, but there are more coming this way." "Where did she go?" the man asks. "Siraj got away. There's more heading this way now. No way she made it with no gunfire. She's gone." The man gets on the radio to call it in. "I have team member A with me." Chirp. Static. "Copy that." Chirp. "All targets are hit but the girl." A final chirp comes back with a man saying, "We need the girl. Everyone else in the woods can be let go. Smoke them out. We have to follow the code and remember to let there be no survivors except for that girl. Burn everything south of the river." Aaron looking despicable because he didn't complete the mission. The man looks at Aaron and says, "Get in the car. We have your uniform in the front seat." "Awesome. These clothes are stained in zombie blood," chuckles Aaron. "You did a good job, but you hurt him. We need Siraj." Stepping towards the truck, he opens the front door. He looks down in the seat to grab his clothes. As soon as he reaches for them, he feels cold metal to the back of his head. Click-clack. "Why are you so late? And where is she?" he repeats. Aaron pauses for a second and blurts out, "They had guns too. The other two guys turned into zombies. Siraj and Chris were the last ones, and they had a gun. Chris watched me like a fucking hawk." "I thought the girl had no weapons." The gun presses harder against his skull. He better not say one wrong word, or it's over for him. "Listen to me. Right when I was going to capture her, Chris put a gun to his head because he can't handle what the world has come to. So he takes himself out. I was stunned, and when I look up, she was gone. Look, we know these woods are dangerous. She may not even be alive out there. Zombies are everywhere. I know there's no possible way she's alive. But if she is alive, all isn't lost because she had her phone." "And what if she doesn't trust you?" "She trusts me," Aaron assures. "All we have to do is hack her network and trace her steps." The guy puts his gun down and says, "I say we listen to orders this time and begin the fire and smoke them out. If she's still out there alive, her chances to survive are slim to none. We take out anything that stands in our way, but we will smoke this forest the fuck out and force them all west." He turns the gun over to Aaron, looks deep in his eyes. "Next time, complete the fucking mission. I'd hate to take out one of my own. Even if you put yourself on the line, just take them out, and I mean as many as we can before sunrise. We do this to complete our mission. I got word from the higher-ups we may be able to make it to the president's ship." Tires screech. 2 additional SUVs pull up, 9 men in total. They get out of the truck and head to the trunk, throwing on their camouflage gear, nighttime goggles, face masks, and helmets. "Strap up, it's time." Aaron follows. They see zombies moving towards them. "Let the fire begin, boys." As they pull blowtorches out of the back and begin setting the forest on fire. "This will keep them bastards away. Let hell on earth reign for all. And let her burn with them." Aaron watches the zombies fade away through the fire. Chapter 13. Life or Death. It is 1 hour before the break of dawn. A cloud of smoke begins to raise up with flames as the fire begins to spread. Tribal horns begin to sound. An African man, part of the tribe, leads the pack with Chaveo by his side. Siraj is walking behind Cheveo. Miles away, they see the smoke. The African man speaks. "We must go now. They're on their way. We have no time to think. Let's move out, now." They begin to move out fast, literally walking from one cave to another with their fire still ablaze from the wood. Siraj following with no questions asked, knowing this could be life or death. Knowing there are so many people ready to fight with her, she prepares for battle mentally. Becoming fierce was the best shield she felt she had. Seeing everyone's bravery had her calm, not understanding quite yet that the strength she bared was from the 3 lionesses Maka gave her. Knowing at any time she could be taken out, Siraj knew she would give her final breath in battle. They entered into a cave that's shaped like a tunnel. Siraj asked Cheveo, "Where are we?" Cheveo replies, "We're on our way out of here. It's called the other side. Just follow and be ready for everything. The zombies and aliens are in the cities by now, but they soon will scatter. We are in a far better place than many. My people made these tunnels through the mountains because staying behind in the cities will lead to many of us getting arrested, beaten, raped, killed, or sold on the black market to the aliens." "Those people are demons." Siraj, "We are all we have left, but we must reach our destination, or we could end up like the rest of the world. Many of us will have to split to get to the seeds so we can have an abundance of food." Siraj asks, "Why aren't we helping them out over there instead?" Cheveo replies, "Because we warned them already, but they wouldn't listen to us. We told them what was going on. We stood by their sides long enough. We choose to fade wisely now, but our spirits will last the test of time. This is a journey, Siraj, and many have a choice to go back or move forward. Saving is not up to us. The ones that came here with us today will be protected, but it doesn't mean we are safe." Siraj squints her eyes from the fire on the wood as a small breeze passes by the cave. Siraj begins feeling bad for everyone that's left behind, caught in the rapture behind them, wishing she could do something to help them. Thinking of family, friends, nieces and nephews, she's fueled by anger, finding herself being pulled by love. "Look, we should go back and save our people. I have family out there, don't you all? Where are your hearts?" The African man listening in says, "Siraj, many want to go back, but the Creator wanted us to protect the children. We cannot stop what's meant to be. It's a choice to do good. Not saying the innocent isn't good, they are just misinformed. You see, they keep us sick through the foods and air quality, not to mention our phones have so much radiation on the land. Things that are a simple fix. The rich don't want to live here anymore. They're destroying our seeds to see how more we can evolve. Our people have too many personalities, and they can't see it because of almost everything they consumes them. We call it mental illness. Now, men and women are turning into what they call zombies, which is really just another word for people snapping and losing their minds, becoming physically stronger because of the dosage they put in their narcotics. Giving law enforcement the right to kill our people. They labeled us, Siraj, when they were the killers." Visions of zombies being murdered in cold blood, with men and women taking each other out. Cheveo adds, "Anyone that destroys the innocent is a demon. You see, we lost something that shouldn't cost us anything. We lost our freedom. Greed has caused our planet to fade, but it will rebuild itself again. There's a hidden side to this world. You see, we don't walk in fear. That does nothing for us, but makes us, the people, become a slave. Always remember everything starts inside." Suddenly, the mountain begins to shake. It's a small earthquake. Small rocks fall down as people raise their shields to protect themselves, almost like they went down this trail before. They knew this part was coming. Cheveo grabs Siraj, putting her under his shield. Cheveo says, "It's always like this around these parts. You are safe now." Remembering those words Chris spoke, but coming out of Cheveo's mouth, the sound of rushing water emerges as they get deeper into the cave. "What was that?" Siraj asks Cheveo. "It's the waterfall that lies over this mountain. We must get behind it and rest there." "No, I mean, what was that you just said? I heard the sound of my friend's voice come out of yours. He came to me in my sleep, right before I met your mother." Cheveo's face lights up and replies, "You're in touch with your ancestors. The spiritual world. That's a good thing, Siraj. We must keep going. We can talk when we find our resting site. We can eat and begin to regain our strength there. This is an area that's the strongest part of the cave." "Why is that?" Siraj says with concern. "Because the water moves in a way. It speaks to us, giving us strength and inner powers. We will be safe there before the day breaks. It's best to move at night because by sunrise, they are out on the hunt." "They?" "We need to keep moving. We will eat and take herbs there to protect us from sickness. Being in the wilderness can be cold, so we will all bundle together." Siraj, between a rock and a hard place, still thinks of her family. She feels like she's left the ones she loved in hell. All the people that are left behind, wondering if any of her actual family has made it out. They keep moving until they get to a waterfall, a beautiful, heavy, moving stream of cold, fresh spring water. Everyone goes for a drink, filling their jugs. They begin to get ready for rest. Cheveo looks at Siraj and asks, "What happened out there with you?" As they sit next to each other, Cheveo makes a small fire. Footsteps. A man walks up to Cheveo, reaching his hand out for a shake. "Thank you, brother." He then looks over to Siraj. "May I?" As the man reaches out his hand to greet Siraj with a handshake, Siraj gives the man her hands. The man stares down at her hands, not daring to look Siraj in her eyes. "You are her. You were chosen and called upon." Siraj asks the man, "What are you talking about?" He squeezes her hands a little tighter, then looks in her eyes and says, "The spirits need you, Siraj. You were called on. Can you see it?" "What do you mean, the spirits?" Cheveo intrudes and takes the man's hands off of Siraj forcefully and says, "Please rest now, brother." The man looks and nods his head and smiles at Siraj. "My pleasure. I'll go rest." The man goes and gets comfortable in his spot amongst the people. Siraj and Cheveo sit next to each other. Cheveo's energy radiates, and Siraj sees a moderate side of him. Cheveo becoming soft-spoken as everyone begins to rest. "So what exactly did my mother come to you and say?" Cheveo: "She is proud of you. She says, 'Be strong, my Coda.'" Cheveo smiles, knowing only his mother called him that nickname. "Thank you, Siraj." Cheveo looks into the distant forest. He reminisces, thoughts being in the kitchen, with his mother and brother running through the house, with his mother saying, "You know someday, Coda, somebody you will help save this world." He smiles at her, saying, "Whenever they need me, Maka, I'll be there." Siraj gets Cheveo's attention. "Hey, are you okay?" "I'm fine. There's just so much we don't know. What's happening now didn't happen by accident. There's always a hidden agenda. I say greed will always end in defeat. Soldiers are always at war, but we are warriors. We seek peace. We just know how to protect ourselves. We are strong. Siraj looks at Chaveo. I know you are. Do you... Siraj hesitates to ask her next question. Pauses. What? Do you think you could teach me how to fight? She asks. Of course, but I think your power comes from within. Giggles. We can go out every morning before the sun rises, and I will show you what I know. Cuddling in closer, Siraj looks at Chaveo and smiles. Thank you, Chaveo. Chaveo smiles. Let's get some rest. As they rest, Siraj falls into a deep sleep. A man with a hood over his head enters her dream. Siraj is somehow in a drug house filled with dead zombies. Roaring gunshots surrounding her and smells of burning oak fill her nasal. The man offers Siraj a gun and a machete. Take this. A force draws her closer to grabbing the weapons. Siraj sees the wise lady with a pack of people burning fire and praying, throwing water in the fire, something Siraj has never seen. The thought of being here frightens her. She wakes in a cold sweat. Chaveo wakes with her. Are you okay? He asks. Yes, Siraj replies. Just had a nightmare. Chaveo looks and responds. It was just a dream. Everything will be okay. I'm right here next to you. I will not let anything happen to you on my watch. He looks at her with a deep passion in his eyes. Please rest. As he holds her tighter. The fire crackles, slowly burning, Siraj feeling the protection of a mighty warrior. Knowing she's safe and protected, they both gaze into each other's eyes. I knew you were chosen, Chaveo whispers to Siraj. Chapter 14. Judgment Day. Long honks. Cities are under destruction. With nowhere to run, many begin to run to the woods and the mountains. Boats are being stolen to get off the land. Many are trying to flee north and south to other countries to get away from the turmoil, only to be stopped by border patrol. Many are being turned around by law enforcement or zombies. Cars and trucks pile up on highways and the city streets. Millions are stuck in the cities, having to lock themselves in their homes. Wild animals roam free, the churches fill up, and the land burns. It becomes a sad day in America. Crime being at an all-time high, all connection is lost, power lines are down, the internet is off. Beep, beep. Cars crash. Aaron is in the midst of mayhem. In the city, law enforcement is caught in a crossfire and at war with the zombies. What type of twisted guy could Aaron be? How could he pretend to be friends with the others only to trap them like rats, then leaving his military family out to die? Horns blow. Miles upon miles into the woods, all you can hear is crashing and yelling. Heavy hovering. A spaceship comes over America and blocks the sunlight coming in. Temperatures begin to drop. Is this hell freezing over? Is this the war we spoke of for so many years? Back at the cave, Chris's voice enters Siraj's mind. Siraj, wake up. Echo. You have to go help. What are you running from? Help them. Go back. Siraj wakes up, startled by the loud spaceship hovering over America. Speaker screech. America, this is your leader. In the past 400 years, There have been so many of you not doing what we wanted. We are sentencing you all. This is Judgment Day. Cries. If you do not bow before us, you will not be saved. The New World Order is upon you. Screams echo the cave. Siraj looks and says, Let's go back and help. We have to go back, Cheveo. Cheveo feels like he's being pulled by both sides. We can't. My people. But what about my people? They're my family and friends. They need our help. Chapter 15. U-Turn. We cannot leave them behind. Where are we going and why? I can't stay here and hear babies cry. I don't want to go out saying I didn't give my all. I'll fight. I'll fight for my family, for Chris, Billy, and Scotty. Siraj announces loudly. Being passionate, thinking of everyone who is asked to bow down and thank them as gods or else they would face doomsday. Many would bow down to get on the ship. The twisted, corrupt system begins to take over. The African man looks at everyone and says, No, follow me. I will take you all to a protected area where we will be safe. Siraj looks at Cheveo and begins to move away. Heading back, she grabs her stuff before she heads out to try and salvage the suffering. Cheveo grabs her arm. Wait, are you sure about this, Siraj? Siraj pauses. Yes, I am. I have never been more certain in my life. Cheveo hesitantly says, Then I'll go with you. The African man turns his head to a lady speaking in his language. Die prophecy begin. Cheveo and Siraj prepare for battle. Cheveo has been preparing her to fight. She's ready now. Grabbing shields, swords, and her gun. The cave people keep moving through the tunnels. A breeze enters the cave, as if their ancestors came to protect Siraj and Cheveo. Chapter 16. Sacrifice. The prophecy begins. The African man soon fades away, as Siraj and Cheveo walk in the opposite direction. America has been overtaken by a satanic ritual of aliens and false government, something they've been planning for so long. Several people are bowing down. Some make it to the spaceship only by boarding from the highest towers, but others find refuge in the underground bunkers. All the while, Aaron and a few others drive recklessly to make their way through to the ship. They are cleared to get on. Only the elite are allowed on, by face recognition scans. Unrecognizable, you get sent back down. The second time, you are thrown overboard with great white sharks to greet you. Siraj and Cheveo walk out to see hell on Earth. They are prepared for whatever's to come. With no fear inside, they both hold shields up to block out the radiation from the spaceship. Rerouting their voyage to avoid scattered fires, they have to move quickly and quietly. The two stand on top of the mountain, overlooking the city as it burns. Unexpectedly, Cheveo is yanked from behind by the neck, with a gun drawn to his temple. Siraj hurries to turn around, drawing her gun. She lowers it, in which she says, Scotty? Siraj, it's you. To be continued. This has been Stuck, written by Adrian Rivera, narrated by Russell Archie. Copyright 2020 by Rivera Management Group, LLC. Production copyright 2020 by Rivera Management Group, LLC.
Yeah. Hey, fool, man, I gotta tell them something. You know what I'm saying? Let me speak some real shit, that jealous shit. Some bullshit, it's your boy out, let's get it. Had to fall for it on some real shit, yeah, that's what I had to do. I was riding real slick, yeah, cruising down the avenue. Looking ass boy, don't get mad at me, nigga, get mad at you. Now your chick looking like, nigga, you the bitch with an attitude. Yeah, man, don't do that, no. Where your hood at? Where? Who's managed this? Where your friends at? Oh, you pokey nigga? Yeah, for New Jack. I shoulda knew that. You just knew Jack. Don't make me squad up in this bitch. Boogie down in this hoe. Squad up in this bitch. Boogie down in this hoe. Squad up, ayy. Squad up, ayy. Squad up, ayy. Squad up, ayy. Squad up in this bitch. Boogie down in this hoe. Squad up in this bitch. Boogie down in this hoe. Squad up, ayy. Squad up, ayy. Squad up, ayy. Squad up. I was just a young guy, real humble with little information. Never be humble to no man, nigga. That's a real conversation.